Oh, it looks like we're live. Hey, it's Nancy Juetten. I'm the co-founder of Life Goes On Roadmap. And today is Monday, September 17th. So let me ask you a question. Has a black cat crossed your path? Or has a black cat crossed the path of someone that you love and given you reason to wonder, yikes, what if that happened to me? Well, I'm here to tell you that we are hearing cautionary tales from the road from people who have had that happen. And I wanted to use today's short broadcast to light a fire underneath you to get ahead of life before disease, disability, or worse stand in your way and prevent you from doing so. And as a result, creating all kinds of havoc for others that you may love and treasure. I was reading today on a website that said that 5 million lives are affected in some way by memory loss. Maybe you have someone in your family who's forgetting things too, and you're worried about how to have a conversation about what that's all about and how you can deal with it in a way that makes sense. If somebody's forgetting their car keys and can't remembering where they put things, well, that is pause for concern and cause for concern. Because you know what, when it comes to managing your online footprint, all those passwords and security questions that are in somebody's memory but not recorded anywhere can represent hours of scavenger hunting and investigation to get ahead of things and get on top of things when that person can no longer remember. Maybe it's time to have a conversation with someone you love and treasure and say, hey, let's do this together. Let's make sure we have all that squared away. Because if you can't get it to the information before the person forgets about it, that information may not be recovered, and that could be costly. There could be assets somewhere that no one will ever be able to claim because of memory loss. Another thing I read is that 500,000 pets go orphaned every year because somehow their owner was no longer able to care for them. What would happen to your pet if something should happen to you? Have you made your wishes in that regard? I know I love my pet very, very much, and if something were to happen to me, I would want to make sure that my pet was in loving arms. The very idea that my pet could go be taken somewhere where he wouldn't have that experience makes me sick. So what are your wishes for your pet? And then this was a big one. $58 billion in unclaimed cash and benefits are not being claimed because people didn't even know they were entitled to those benefits. You know, not long ago, we were actually going through this process of getting our life organized, and my husband found out that his father, who had died in 2002, had invested in some kind of a co-op. And even though he had died in 2002, we were finding out in 2018 that there were monies owed to the heirs as a result of this co-op purchase that he made. So he and his sisters had to go excavating for all kinds of information to go about the business of claiming this unclaimed asset that they would subsequently divide. It was pennies from heaven that they had to work hard to accomplish because Dad didn't indicate where all of his assets were before he sadly passed away. So this isn't all about death, gloom and doom and letting death, carry the conversation. This is all about life. If you are an active, vibrant, interesting person who's jumping out of airplanes and skiing and doing wonderful things, you're taking risks every day, which is great and it's invigorating and it's fun. But the likelihood of there being some kind of situation where you could be hurt or disabled might be a little bit higher. And so what about everything else in your life that needs to be tended to while you're recovering from whatever the situation might be? So these are just some of the things that we're hearing, cautionary tales from the road, if you will, that people say, yeah, I know I need to get my life in order. I need to get my act together. I need to get my financial information sorted so that everything's all on the same page. And people say, oh, I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it. And you know something? My husband Steve and I are on a mission, and we want to counteract people's propensity to procrastinate and actually give you a date on the calendar where you can actually get this done and we can make this fun. Because, here at Life Goes On Roadmap, we are not about death and gloom and doom and things of that nature. We're all about empowerment today. And we want to make this fun. And so we've elevated this to a game you can win instead of an administrative task you can tend to later. And what we would love to invite you to do is to join us on. We're actually going to be holding a Life Goes On Roadmap virtual road trip. So wherever you are in the United States of America or the world, you can dial in from wherever you are, and we will motivate you and inspire you to get your financial life in order and all your important documents in one place, so that if something should happen and a black cat could cross your path, you're going to be ahead of the game before the cat says meow. When you say, yes, I want to make this date with my destiny and join Nancy and Steve on October 13th, you get access to all of the tools that we've created to make this a fast and fun and fruitful journey for you. You don't have to travel. You don't have to go anywhere. You just have to declare this date on your calendar as the date that you're going to get this done as we make it fun. So I'd love to share with you a link where you can go ahead and I'm just going to see how to do that. Yeah, there we go. There's a link where you can read about the Life Goes On virtual road trip that's coming up on October 13th, 2018. And we would love for you to just say, yeah, I'm doing that. I mean, today it's the 17th. We're about a month out. So what if you just say, you know what? That's the date that I'm going to get this done with my partner, with my sister, with my aunt, with my best friend. We're going to do this together. We're going to hold our feet to the fire to get it done. We're going to make it fun. And you're going to never, ever regret getting this done, because you know what? A black cat could cross your path at any given time. And you don't want to run the risk that your pet will be taken care of by some stranger, or that your passwords will be found by the people that need to know where they are, so that bills can be paid and things can be tended to. I know this isn't like an e-ticket at Disneyland, but you know what? We have been guiding families through this process, and we've been holding their feet to the fire to make sure they get it done. And every single one of them says, thank you. We never would have done this had you not held our feet to the fire to make it happen. So I'm inviting you to come on along. It's an incredibly affordable experience, and you'll never regret it, especially for the trauma, and chaos that you will avoid having all this squared away before life hits the fan. Because when life hits the fan, that is precisely the time when you have the least amount of energy to take care of what life has served up. And we want you to get ahead of it before life happens. We know that this rainy day coming up, October 13th, could be the day that you've got hot chocolate on the stove and a stew on the stove, great dashboard dining for the virtual road trip we're going to take. And we heartfelt with our heart, we welcome you to go ahead and check out what we've brewed up and come on along and invite your friends. Make it a family affair. You will never, and when you're done, you will have the peace of mind that your life gotten it together. You finally got it around to it, and now you can get on with the business of living your life, knowing that no matter what happens, you're going to be able to drive life forward and feel great about it. And your life partner, your spouse, or whoever else it is going to be able to do the same. It's the greatest gift you can give to each other and to your kids and to your family and friends. And we would love to have you come along. So I'm Nancy Juetten, and I just wanted to come on board and say, get ahead of life before life happens to you. We will help you. We will show you the way, and you will be so glad that you came along. So with that, I say thanks for joining me. And if you have a comment or a question, go ahead and post below, and I will circle back and share with you later. So thanks so much. Life Goes On Roadmap. We can't wait to play. See you next time. Bye-bye.